Seems like something's got a hold of it, but if it is, it's nothing big. Let's find out what's going on here. I'm hooked up, guys. Hell yes. Feels decent too. Oh yeah, fish on, fish on. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. First of all, I just want to say if the timelines seem a little confusing on this video, it's because this video has taken me an insane amount of time to get done for you guys. But I stuck it out. It took me just a really long time to get on a few decent catfish to show you guys what this thing could do or possibly couldn't do. But basically for this video, I am reviewing the Zebco Big Cat combo. I don't know how well y'all could see this because I'm in my car, but I just decided to do the intro in my car because that was what was convenient for me at the time, not gonna lie. But anyway, Zebco Big Cat combo, it's a 2-piece 7-foot medium heavy catfishing combo by Zebco. So super budget friendly, and basically I accidentally ran over my last combo that I used to use, so I had to pick this setup up and try this out because I needed something quick on a budget, and I figured while I was at it I might as well do a little review for anyone who is also curious about this combo. So I don't really have too much more to say about that. If you guys are curious about the Zebco Big Cat, or you just want to see me catch a few decent catfish, go ahead, stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. Alright guys, it is a nice, cool, rainy summer night tonight, and I'm out at a lake that I like to catch catfish at. I'm hoping to get into at least one decent catfish tonight and put this Zebco Big Cat combo to the test. I've tried catching some cats with this thing a few times now. Long story short, I accidentally backed over my Berkeley Fusion combo, the old combo that I used to use for cats. So I had to go out and replace it on a budget pretty quick, and this is what I ended up with. It looks like a decent setup, and it doesn't look brand new right now because, like I said, I have tried catching cats with it a couple times now, and I've caught a few turtles with it, unfortunately. So it ended up in the mud last night because I caught a turtle on it, and I was trying to get the turtle off the hook, and they're just an absolute nightmare to deal with. The reel ended up ditched in the mud, and I mean, that's a bit of a bummer. But other than that, everything should be good. I've got some bluegill cut bait here. Gonna send it out there on the old Zebco Big Cat, and hopefully I could hook up with a catfish with it and finally really put this rod reel setup to the test rather than just freaking catching turtles with it. Let's send it out there and see how it goes. All right, rigged up out there, guys. Let's get the old bell on it and hopefully something eats. I'm hooked up, guys. Hell yes. Feels decent too. Let's grab that bell off quick. Try to keep a little tension on it. All right, nice. I didn't even switch baits yet either. I was gonna switch to some of that fresh bait and it bit on the older stuff. Hell yes, guys. This isn't a giant or anything, but decent fish. Let's give it a little bit of wiggle room. It might be a little bit better than I thought too. It's pulling pretty good. There we go. First actual fish I've hooked up with this thing. It's been nothing but turtles so far, so I'm really excited about this, guys. It's actually a pretty good fish. Definitely better than I thought at first. I think this rod's a little bit sturdier than one I'm actually used to using. Oh yeah, it's not a bad fish at all. See if I can land her. Don't do that, big dog. Alright, that's actually a way better fish than I thought at first, guys. Super decent. Well, guys, I don't have a tape measure or a scale on me, but this is actually a pretty freaking beautiful channel cat. I'm definitely happy with it. It's at least 2 foot. I could tell just looking at it, but not a bad fish at all. Let's get it back in the water. All right, let's let her go. There it goes. Pretty freaking awesome, guys. Hell yes. Okay, guys, I am actually really freaking stoked to have finally been able to get a cat on the Zebco Big Cat. I've been trying for, I'm telling you guys, like 2 weeks now. I've sent it like 5 or 6 times for cats, and I've caught turtles almost every time instead of cats. So I didn't even hang on to any of that footage. But we finally got a cat, and a pretty decent one at that with the Big Cat. And it handled it exceptionally well, especially after being ditched in the dirt last night. So pretty happy with how that went. I caught another green sunfish off camera that was a little bit bigger, so I've got a midsection of that nice big green sunfish on here. So got a big old chunk of cut bait on now. It's a fresh piece, and the last one I got actually was on an old stale piece from days ago, so hopefully having a fresh one on will actually help the bite. I usually have a lot better luck with fresh cut bait, so I'm thinking it might actually help. I might be able to get on another one tonight. I'm probably going to give it about another hour or so. Gonna send this piece of green sunny out there, and hopefully the channel eats it. I just didn't really get into anything else, unfortunately. So I've got work in the morning. It's getting pretty late now, so I think I'm gonna get ready to call it a night, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna come back to this lake, but I'm planning on probably getting back out to another spot and trying to get at least one more catfish for you guys before I wrap this video up. So I should see you guys at another spot. Well, guys, it's been like a good solid 2 months since I got out and caught that first channel catfish with the Zebco Big Cat combo. The catfish bite just kind of completely died down for a while there, unfortunately, but lately it seems to have been picking back up. So I'm out at a creek spot tonight, and I've got some cut bait on again. I've got just a little midsection of green sunfish on. I'm gonna go ahead and send this out there. Hopefully I could get another bite on the old Zebco Big Cat tonight. I might have a fish on, guys. Oh yeah, fish on, fish on. Not giant or anything, but I will take it. It's been a struggle getting on channel cats lately, guys. All right. Definitely not giant by any means, but I am really happy it bit. These little guys are the ones that'll stick you. All right, guys, certainly not a giant by any means, but decent little channel cat, and my first one in a couple months, so I'm freaking stoked this little dude bit. Let's get it back in the water though. He's ready to go. Hell yeah. That is awesome. I just came across a whole pile of bluegills over here, so I'm thinking I should be able to get on one pretty easily. There's one. Yep, good one too. Ooh, maybe too good. That's a big gill. That's a big old bluegill right there. I was hoping for something a little smaller actually, and I was thinking about throwing this one back, but it actually just slipped out of my hand and hit the rocks pretty hard. So at this point, I might as well just hack it up and use it for cut bait if it might be injured already anyway. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, get this guy cut up, get it on the cat line, and send it out there. All right, guys, I got the headpiece from that big old bluegill rigged up now. Gonna go ahead and whip this out there. Hopefully a hungry catfish comes through. I might have a catfish on, guys. Something's out there toying with it. It looks like it might be a catfish eating it. It's either that or a small fish grabbing at it. Let's see if this rod tip bends good or not. Now I'm starting to get worried it might be something small just playing with it, because I haven't seen it bend really. Come on now. Okay, there was something. Seems like something's got a hold of it, but if it is, it's nothing big. Let's find out what's going on here. Ooh, something's going on with this reel. I might have spoke too soon though. This is a decent fish. Oh yeah, something ain't good with this reel at all. Well, that's gonna factor into the review. Hopefully I can land this fish the way this reel's acting. It's like stripped. Oh, hell yeah, it's a nice flathead. That is awesome. Appears to be hooked decent, but usually the second you start thinking that is when things go wrong, so. Come on now, buddy. Hell yes, guys. Not a giant or anything, but a pretty decent flathead. I will definitely take this fish any day. That feels good. I've been struggling to catch a decent catfish lately, guys. Probably good, I don't know, 22 inch or so. Wow, guys, this is actually my PB flathead. It is 27 inches long. I thought it was a little bit smaller than that, so a little bit surprised by the size, and yeah. All right, guys, what an absolutely beautiful flathead catfish. It's not the biggest in the world or anything, definitely not a giant by flathead standards, so I'm not even gonna bother getting a weight on it. I did get the measurement on it at 27 inches, but I don't wanna stress this fish too much because it did swallow my hook, so I just cut the line. So I'm just gonna get it back in the water quick and we'll get back to fishing. There it goes. Hell yeah. That was awesome. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching another episode, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Like I said in the intro, this video just took me forever to get done, so I ended up catching just a bunch of turtles, had a bunch of skunk days. I went out probably 20 different times over the course of a few months trying to get this done, and I finally ended up getting on 3 decent catfish. A couple of those days I had caught dinks, so it wasn't exactly lining up exactly the way I wanted it to, and I didn't want to just give you guys kind of a lackluster review without many decent catches on it. So I figured at least 3 was probably a pretty good way to go. And anyway, what I thought of the combo was that the rod was great, a little bit stiff, not a ton of action, but you don't really need a ton of action for a catfish combo. You're almost always just throwing bait out, letting it sit, and then reeling them in. It's got enough give on the tip to not have to worry about it snapping or anything, and it is plenty sturdy. I caught some huge turtles. I probably should have just threw them in the video, but a couple of them I don't even think I recorded because I was just annoyed I hooked up with turtles. But caught a couple gigantic turtles on it, and the rod handled just fine. And the reel actually handled through quite a few turtles and a couple decent cats. But then, as y'all could see on that decent flathead, actually my PB flathead that I caught there at the end, the reel just kind of crapped. So I ended up swapping the old reel from the combo that I broke with the reel that came with the Big Cat that broke. And it's a shame too, because I actually really did like the look of the reel and everything. So big bummer the reel broke, and because of that, if I'm gonna review the reel, I gotta give the reel probably, like, I'm gonna say a 2 out of 10 because it broke. So I mean, it reeled in a few turtles and a few catfish, but I didn't have it too crazy long before it finally crapped out. And it wasn't that cheap. I mean, it was super cheap, but I would have expected to get a little bit of use out of it. So big bummer on the reel, but the rod actually super solid. If I was gonna give this rod a rating, I would say probably a solid 9 out of 10. I would probably trust this thing to reel myself in. It is definitely sturdy and solid. I love the styling. It looks super nice. I don't really have many complaints about it other than that, like I said, it's slightly rigid. It's just a little bit sturdy, but aside from that, it is just a awesome catfish rod, and I would buy this plenty more. I would probably pay what I paid for the full combo just for the rod itself. It's an awesome rod. Big bummer the reel broke. I don't know if I just maybe had a faulty reel, but it seemed like the gearing kind of stripped out in it, and you definitely don't want that in a rod on like your only maybe 7th fish on it. So definitely big bummer. I think I might have just said rod, I meant reel. Y'all knew what I meant. But anyway, big bummer that messed up. But aside from that, awesome setup. If I was going to give the combo as a whole a rating, I would say probably 6 out of 10 because the reel broke. So I can't really give it a crazy good rating, but the rod is awesome, so it's still getting that 6 out of 10 because half of the components are great and the other half, unfortunately, not the best. But anyway, decent combo overall, great rods. So I'll be using the rod more than just for that video. I'll be catching more catfish on it in the future. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about it. So thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.